Welcome back to the Code, a safe warm place. I'm the CEO and founder, Tawansa, and I'm here to chop up part two of the love spell on the man who was doing sex magic on multiple people. Okay? So, my part two, I kind of just want to clarify some things. I want to clarify the red flags that I was seeing that really should have told me to Ben stop messing with him. I want to just get everything off my chest so I can move forward with my life. And that's a part of the healing process. And like I said, I just, I just got to clear the air because at the end of the day, I do feel like he tried to slander my name with a group of people, whether they be his friends or his family. Uh, I feel like he probably was drinking, ain't no telling. Drinking, smoking, ain't no telling. And he was around a bunch of people, and then oh yeah, this girl said she lit this candle and did this da 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 da, and I got the receipts right here, and then started pulling up all my screenshots and basically exposing me, trying to make me seem like I'm just a thirsty ass bitch out here for love, and that's not the case at all. Okay, so yeah, let me bring it all the way back. I'm gonna get the prayer that I said with the candle. Okay, I don't got the candle, but I got the prayer. Okay, so the last video, part one, I started off with the prayer. I'm gonna do that one with this one as well. Okay, so just to kind of sum it up. When I first met him, we had some nice, intelligent conversations. And some of those conversations led me to think that this possibly could be my husband. And me being spiritual, I never really talked to a male about being spiritual. So it kind of made me feel a little, a little more of a connection when I felt as if I could talk to him about return to senders, egg cleansing, sage, burning sage, and just being spiritual. My books, I was telling him about my prayer books and the stuff like that. So, which now that I elaborate on it, that don't mean that he was the one for me. It don't. It really don't. He could have been an informant. He could have been a flying monkey. He could have been anything, and that was my bad. Okay, that was my fault. Like I said, because of the intelligent conversations that we had, led me to believe and think that he was potentially my husband. It took a little over a month, then we finally had sex. After we had sex, that's when I said this prayer that I'm gonna tell you, and I lit a candle because I thought after we had sex it was good. I thought that, I thought it was like legit because I was already contemplating in my mind, is he my husband? And then after we had sex, I'm like, this could be him. You know what I'm saying? Which is stupid, very, very stupid, very immature. But hey, it is what it is. I learned a lot from dealing with that. And so the prayer, that I said, and you can find this prayer in my book, Savage Prayers by Tawansa Simmons, on Amazon now. $8.88. Get it for $8.88. You can't beat that, okay? It's 75 prayers. My handmade, made by me, put together by me. I made candles and everything with each one of the prayers. And yeah, it's a beautiful thing. All right. So, prayer for divine relationship protection. I declare the decree to the Most High God, my spiritual team and ancestors, to remove any low vibrational being not wanting me and my divine partner to be together by any means. Eliminate all haters, relationship spell work to anyone that isn't my partner. All and any no sexual partner spells, love binding spells to false people. Remove all negative spells to harm and or destroy me and my partner destiny. Prosecute all karmics who want me alone. Return to sender all curses involving hate, death, mental illness, pain, poverty, suffering, and loneliness. Get rid of all hexes, curses, ungodly soul ties to anyone who will never appear in flesh and false love spells on myself and divine spiritual partner. Detach all low vibrational witches and warlocks preying on my downfall. Most High God, please bring happiness, power, clarity, love, lust, and loyalty, laughter, king and queen energy, royalty, ultimate pleasure with a tad bit of pain, communication, good stamina, tasteful sexual juice, divine spiritual husband, creativity, positivity, recharging sexual energy, financial abundance, abundance in general, fertility, maximum equal masculine power when we are together, faithfulness, and patience. Thank you, Most High God, my spiritual team and ancestors, so more to be. So that was the prayer that I said after we had sex. And I lit a candle, a red candle that I made with some good stuff in it. And I started, after I did that, I started noticing that the little that we had and was building on, it was shaking. It was becoming worse. The little that we had, it was shaking and it wasn't, I was getting mixed signals, all type of stuff, and I just felt like, dang, what's going on, And because I'm a beautiful woman, I exposed myself. I called him and I said, wow, why you acting, what's going on? You acting weird and things ain't the same. And I told him, I confessed. I said, I did this and I did it. And he said, no, why you do that? And you shouldn't have did that. And I asked him, I said, well, what do you want me to do? You want me to go forth, fix it, whatever. He said, don't do nothing. He said, just stop what you did. That's what you did. Moving forward, don't do nothing. Just leave it alone. Leave everything that you did. Leave it alone. Now, now, I did. I left it alone, and I didn't try to do anything, or I honored his wishes. After I did that, I just felt a real weird energy from him. Like he told a bunch of people about me, tried to slander my name, trying to boost his ego up. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to make himself seem like he was that man. Like, oh, a woman she told me she did this. Like trying to boast himself up. Like this woman called me and told me she put this spell on me and da 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 da. Like I just felt like that's what he did, and it's jacked up. But I strongly do feel like that's what he did. Whether it was a whether it was a family chat or a social media, some fake ass social media group with a couple thousand people, and he tried to slander my name, make it seem like I was thirsty and desperate for sex. But he didn't tell them when he first met me, he was saying all that shit in his head, trying to make me tingly and wet down there, and all them books that he read. He wasn't saying that he didn't read that how to manipulate a woman and get her out her panties in 10 minutes. He ain't say he reading them books and shit. You know what I'm saying? And the deeds that he done to build up to me doing what I did. He ain't say all that. You know what I'm saying? And uh so after I did, I might have to try to go into a part 3. I'm trying to hurry up, but yeah, I like to keep these at about 30 minutes. So after I told him I did the candle, and I told him that I did the prayer, he don't know what I did actually. So him being him, trying to be cautious or whatever, calling justice. Somebody told him to either try to get revenge. Somebody told him something about getting some type of revenge, getting some type of justice, or doing something because I was wrong. So now he felt like he got the right to do his deed, and it's justified because I did what I did. Now he also told me, he went into detail about some girl. He said I will be the second female the second female to do something like that. Okay, he said I'll be the second female. And then he started basically saying, trying to make himself seem good, like, why are these women? Basically, why these women doing this, and why do they do this to me, and whatever, right? But at the same time, he don't know what I did, so he trying to be cautious. He don't know, because this man has ate my food, ate my cooking, which I never harm nobody on cooking. I don't care. I don't do that. I put love in my food. I don't put negativity in my food. Hell no. I want everything to taste good, even if it's just a baked potato or rice. I want everything I make taste good. But even noodles, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Bologna sandwich. I want my bologna sandwich to taste good. Okay? Peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Anything. I want everything of mine I make with love. I would never do anything like that with no food. But he not knowing how I am or whatever, and by me telling him what I did. Okay, so yeah, after I told him what I did or whatever, so now he trying to do his little thing, talking to his little people and his little friends or whatever. I also do feel like somebody had told him now to kind of use me or drain me dry, or, just fuck me, because after that, our sex, it was good still, but I do remember times where, leading up to when we stopped having sex, I do remember times where he would come over and I get a headache, or I get a stomach ache. Like my body would just start getting weird. I'll get a weird feeling, a weird sensation. It was like my body was kind of rejecting him. And this happened a handful of times. When he would come over, I just noticed, because I'll literally be on the phone with him. And while I was on the phone with him, he'll be like, okay, I'm finna be on my way, and woo. And I'll be like, all right, got off the phone. Boom. Now my stomach hurt. Now I got a slight headache. Up until the part where was he saying, I'm outside, and I open the door or whatever. Then my body, like I said, my body, it was weird. I was getting these weird signs and synchronicities as if he was trying to manipulate me and use me basically for what I did. But I also think that he thought that I was trying to use him for the little material that he had. I was not trying to use him for nothing he had, and that's on God, my spiritual team, and my ancestors. I wasn't trying to use that man for what he had. He did not have nothing. Come on now, that irritates me. What he had, I ain't never asked him for it. And once or twice I asked him, and both times he could not provide or come through. Uh Another signs and just things. That's how man, I said I put a love spell on the hoe. I put a love spell on the wrong person. On the wrong motherfucker. And it's jacked up, but I did a lot to try to detach and shake them off, moving on, getting in other relationships and everything. And um like um so I moved on. Did another, tried a relationship, and I was, turning a new leaf, telling the next man that if I wanted to light a candle, is he okay with it before I even deal with him? And he was saying, yeah, the next man that I talked to, I was being totally honest and upfront with him, telling him, I like candles, I like incense. Can I do that with us? And he'll say, yeah. If he ain't say yeah, then I already knew we wasn't really gonna be together, because you're not into the things I'm into, so it don't, it's whatever. So the next guy that I got in a relationship with, he was into it. Okay. I don't know why, but like I said, I was doing my hardest to detach. This is another reason why I think he was doing something. In my head, while I was fucking a new dude, I could see the dude that I lit the candle for and the prayer for walking around outside my crib like he wanted to come in. It was like, I don't know, it was like a visual thing in my head. It was like a visual thing that I was seeing in my head while I was fucking the guy, the new guy. I could see the old guy that I did the prayer for, like walking around outside my house and mad, like he knew I had somebody in my apartment, but he didn't, come in or intrude or nothing. But this was while I was fucking the other dude, but I didn't say nothing to the dude. Like, yeah. So I don't know what that was about. I don't know why. And it happened a couple of times, but I just tried my hardest not to dwell on it. And I've started, when I see him around my area, like wanting to come in, even sometimes if I masturbate, it's like I could see him lounging around my area, and I can't even masturbate no more, because it's like, if I start trying to think about, because when I do my manifestations, I don't think about nobody. But it's like when I touch myself, try to do my manifestations, like it's like he'll try to pop up. Then I'll be saying like, "You're not welcome, go." And I don't know. I don't know. That's why it's so odd. And I do. I have told him too that I'm healing. I'm trying to move on. I was wrong and everything, but like I said, I think now he's trying to play this game where he feel like if you like me, then I'm gonna take advantage of it. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, we haven't had sex in a very long time, but for us not to have sex in so long, I just hate the fact that he's still trying to plant seeds and say things to me and put images into my head if we not there. You know what I'm saying? If this ain't that, then don't say stupid shit that you know I want and that I'm gonna manifest regardless, but it's like you try to throw your face on the body. Don't do that. Don't try to throw your face on the body if you know that you ain't fucking with me for real, for real. You like sleeping with multiple people. Your vessel filled with multiple people energy. And and um yeah, I can never satisfy you. You like your energy, you like your vessel filled with multiple people energy. Ain't nothing I can do for you. Ain't nothing I can do for you. I know I got what I got. I got a genie in between my legs, and it'll still never satisfy you. And then okay. So set aside all the times he done said he forgave me. All the times he said he forgave me. Last time we talked on the phone, he brought up that situation saying, yeah, even though you did that, we moving on. We done turned a new leaf and da-da-da-da-da. But then go right back to the lying. Right back to the deceiving. Right back to the I can't believe nothing he say. But for why do he do that though? It's like he still want some type of it's like he still wants some type of attachment. And it ain't really no sexual attachment because we ain't had sex in so long. Do he want to have sex with me? Yeah. I know he want to have sex with me because I can feel it still sometimes. Sometimes I can still feel, yeah, I can still feel that he want to have sex with me. And that's why I don't, yeah. Um, I'm trying to think of what else I want to get off my chest with him and just get it clarified. I do want to get this clarified. When I lit that prayer, when I lit that candle and I said that prayer, I didn't want nothing that you had material wise. I didn't want nothing that you had physical wise. I wanted to grow with you, okay? I did. I wanted to grow with you. I wanted to share my heart, my mind, my body, like with you. And yeah, um that's why it is what it is. He said that I wasn't wrong for what I did, and I do realize that my ancestors have told me. That was one thing too. How I know that he was doing something too was because after I lit the candle and I did the prayer, a couple days after that, I had a dream about my ancestors and his ancestors talking. And his ancestors was basically trying to comfort me like I was the bad person because I did the candle and the prayer. But my ancestors, that's why my ancestors stood up. My granny stood up and was like, hold on though. Like, y'all was woo 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 before from the jump. From the jump. Like, from conversation, he was on some bullshit. Saying shit in his head. Being weird. So that's how I know too, like, because after that, my ancestors, I had a dream. My ancestors and me, I was standing up straight, looking at him. Behind me was my ancestors. He was standing up straight, looking at me. Behind him was his ancestors. My ancestors was talking, and they'll come up like on the side of me, and they was doing all their little stuff, pointing at him, talking, and then his ancestors would come up on the side of him, doing their little thing, pointing, talking. Yeah, so we're gonna have to do a part 3